Did you hear the political gossip? We're going to read on that today. Pierre Poilievre, there is rumors that there's up to 10 MPs that want to cross over to the Liberal Party. That's not good. This is where I kind of feel like, I've talked a lot about in a lot of different astrology videos with this and the tarots, the readings that I've done. I do think there's a party split happening, and I'm not sure the CPC is going to last or survive it. Okay, and with 10, if that is true, gird your loins, guys. Politically, things are about to get saucy up here in Canada. Okay, let's take a look. 3 cards, yes or no? Is it true? Is there a concerning amount of MPs that are getting ready to cross the floor? Is there a concerning amount of Conservative MPs that are getting ready to cross? There we go. That are getting ready to cross to the Liberals. Is there a concerning amount of Conservative MPs getting ready to cross over to the Liberal Party of Canada? The thing that you have to remember about Carney is he was being honeymooned pretty heavily by Harper. So a lot of these MPs that are crossing, they've had a lot of experience with Carney. There's been a lot of trust in Carney from the Conservative side because he was the reason that we survived the 2008 financial crisis. He is the one that helped Harper get through that. So they have an affinity towards him. It's not hard for them to go that way. And if their internal polling is showing that their constituents are happier with Carney's policies than with Pierre Poilievre's, they're not going to chance losing their seat. Do you know what I mean? They're going to follow the majority rules constituency. Right? So if their constituents are moving away from where they would typically sit in the Conservative Party towards where Carney is, they're going to move towards Carney as well. Also, there's nothing nefarious about the Westminster democracy doing this. This is just how it is set up. It is not communism. It is not fascism. It is just a Westminster democracy. This is how we do things. Okay. Now that we've had our learning time, Pierre Poilievre, 3 cards. Is there a concerning amount of Conservative MPs preparing to cross the floor over the next couple weeks here? Oh, I feel... Yeah. Okay, do not come for the messenger, all right? If you're Conservative and you love Pierre, don't come for me. I'm just the messenger. Yeah, there is a lack of success. They feel like Conservatives are being made a fool of, and they are very ready to look at Pierre Poilievre and say, you're essentially the Justin Trudeau of the Conservative Party, and we need to make an example out of that, of no leader is allowed to stonewall and do that. And just continue to go without consequence and do what they want to do without consequence. So he is being made a mockery of. They're making an example out of him in the party. There is a lack of success and a deep concern regarding that. So as a result, this is current. This is where they're looking to walk away. They're going to take what they do have, which is their support of their constituency to do this. And like I said at the beginning, you guys have to accept the fact that they're going to follow the internal polling, which is always better than the external polling. They have way more data than we ever get with external polling. They're going to look and say, okay, if my constituents are walking over to support Carney, that's where I have to go too. So they're going to take what they have remaining and they're going to walk away. Pierre's future. What's happening? Yes, they are getting ready to essentially, okay, don't come for me. They're going to destroy the party doing this. They have every intention of just letting, what's the saying? Stupid's supposed to hurt. They're willing to let him make a fool of himself. They're willing to follow their constituents over to the Liberal side and say, if this is where the internal polling is suggesting we go, then that's where we're going. And we don't care if the CPC dies as a result of that. They are literally wanting to use him when this card shows upside down, it is literally, this is making an example out of somebody. This is the judge that's sitting there and looking at the person who has done something kind of unprecedented, or, you know, there needs to be a lesson learned, and they're going to use that person to teach the lesson to the public. That is what these conservative MPs are doing. This is a lot of infighting, but it's also a lot of frustration and a willingness to say the party's dead. The party, the Progressive Conservative Party of Canada, as they knew it, is dead. Wow. Okay. Here's trajectory in this then. If that's true, if that's where the energy is headed, which I think it probably is, again, very reputable spaces that these rumors are coming out of. It's a lot of insiders that are saying, yeah, it's not good. Here, Poilievre's trajectory. Where is he going to be by, let's say, Christmas? That was too many. That was too many. Pierre Poilievre by Christmas. Where is he headed with his leadership? Okay. You are going to see him try to go into a more tempered space. We saw it on the Joe Rogan podcast. He was very different on there than what we're used to seeing him at in those spaces. He's usually pretty petulant and arrogant and feels really good. You can see his confidence come up in those spaces. And then you see some of that arrogance start to come out because he gets comfy. He chose temperance, and he chose to have a more unified type rhetoric where he was less antagonistic about things and stuff. It's a little too late. There's not a lot of desire. By Christmas time, it's very lackluster for him. It's a lot of him. One of the frustrations that this looks like to me is, like, there's 74 shadow cabinet positions, but there's only like 33 or 30, like 32 actual, like, Liberal cabinet. So if you don't know how it works here in Canada, the shadow cabinet is essentially the equivalent of the opposition cabinet that should match what the Liberal cabinet is. So if the Liberal cabinet has a health minister, they should have a shadow cabinet health minister to challenge this guy. Well, there's like 2 or 3 shadow cabinets per singular regular cabinet member. So like 74. So he's been bribing and trying to get the upper hand, and people are actually really unhappy about that, and they don't see that as being responsible leadership and governance. And so, yeah, he's in for a pretty lackluster space. Yeah. The Empress in reverse, so a loss of support, endings and beginnings. This is what's feeding the bottom. This is where I'm pulling from. Having to redo his identity, really shift who he is, losing position, infighting. Yeah. A lack of emotional stability. This is coming out, Wheel of Fortune. Yep. By Christmas time, I don't think he's going to be around. We'll say that. Either that, or he'll have stepped back into a backbencher position. Oh, I bet it was a backbencher with that son. I bet it was a backbencher position. He probably won't step down. Damien Carrick's going to be pissed if he does that. Don't come for me. That's just the way the cards came out. I've been seeing it a lot. The astrology for the CPC is really challenging. I'm not sure they're going to survive this. I think that's probably why you're seeing the NDP being so loud and proud with their 4 members or however many they have now. They might see opportunity. Maybe I should read on that. There you go. All right. Love you. Bye.